Good evening and welcome to Main Street Sports. Ray Halbrook here with Livestream STL. How is everybody doing? We are live from Kettle Hut Smokehouse, which is absolutely booming right now and very busy here. So we appreciate you being with us. And my good old friend Jeff Whitener. Jeff, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Smelling all the great smoked meats here at Kettle
You
Hut.
are.
Come on by and see Jeff Kettle Hut and his crew here. As I said, they're hopping, but the tables turn over quickly. You can get a table and a good plate of smoked meats of your choosing. So come on by and you can hassle us as well. We're going to do this a little different tonight than we normally do here, Ray, on the Main Street Sports Show. We're going to interview our coaches tonight one at a time. We have, first up tonight, we have from the Herculaneum Black Cats, the head softball coach, Ms. Crystal Breakage, and we are going to interview her first, and then we will bring on a little later Mr. Dave Dallas, the head coach of the Grandview Eagles. So we have a little softball, football action tonight to start with. So we're glad you guys could tune in and come along on the ride that is the Main Street Sports Show.
There you go.
Well, coaches, we appreciate you coming in tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Want to kind of welcome you to the Livestream STL family because of what we're doing this year, and not only with our corporate sponsors, and of course, Kettle Hut's is one of our sponsors of baseball, but also some of the schools that we have partnered with this year, and obviously Herculaneum is a big part of that. We've had most of the coaches on. We just had Blaine Boss, head football coach, on Monday night, so we appreciate you coming in. Our schedule this year, right now, we're looking at least 4 Herculaneum softball games. If you're a Black Cat softball fan, stay tuned for that. We will be talking about that schedule very soon. Coach, before we get started on this year and what the team looks like, kind of give us a recap. Last year, you were led by a young team. You only lost 2 players to graduation. You were led on offense by Courtney Lowry and Belle Milojevic, and they were both sophomores. Now, Courtney Lowry and Kylie Romaine spent time in the circle. Romaine, of course, graduated, but kind of recap what was probably a pretty challenging season for you last year with that 2020 team.
Yeah, it was really challenging. Losing Ashley Kroom and Emma Vaughn the year before, and then having our schedule last year without all of the extra schools that normally we can face, but because of COVID, a lot of the schools didn't have softball, so we pretty much only played the big schools right around here, and so that made the season extra challenging for us. So
it's kind of difficult when you've got a young team, so you want to get them a lot of games and a lot of experience, but so many of the other schools that you were scheduled to play couldn't play this year, so that just added to it, didn't it?
Yeah. So it's nice to have them back on our schedule this year.
Absolutely. So far this season, early, knock on wood, how are the overall health of the team, and how do the numbers look this year?
The overall health is pretty good. We have 16 players, so those players will be split varsity and JV. Some of the varsity, after they're done with their varsity game, they're still young, so they'll play JV also. So they're going to have to kind of double dip there.
Sure. What are the rules on that now? I know football you go by minutes or quarters and stuff like that. How does that work in softball?
Well, they'll be fine because we only play 3-inning games. So for the JV.
So they can go drop down and play JV too.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. They can get that extra experience for sure. What are some of the players this year that you're kind of looking for or expecting to boost the team's offensive production?
Courtney again, and we also have an incoming freshman, Mackenzie Quick. So she's also going to pitch and play shortstop, same as Courtney, pitch and shortstop. And she's really good offensively. She's played select ball for pretty much her whole life, so we're looking forward to having her on the team as well.
And the great versatility there of being able, when one's in the circle, the other play short, and just switch them back and forth. That's a nice luxury to have for sure. Yeah. Were you able to have summer camps this summer? I know softball, there's so many players that play all summer long. How does that work with summer camps?
Well, we didn't really have any camps that we went to. Some of our kids went individually to the Jeffco camp, so that was nice. And we practiced during the summertime, during our off season. So we didn't have a very good turnout like I'd like. I'd like the whole team to be there all the time, but
Sure.
some of them have to work. They go on vacation, so I just take whatever
Take
whatever
what
they
you
can get there.
It's always a challenge at a smaller school, for
Yeah.
sure. Well, with the players that you've had come in and practice this summer and what you've had so far in this early fall practice session, has anybody raised an eyebrow in terms of how their skill set's improved or what their work ethic is like for the team?
Yeah, a couple in particular. Mackenzie Quick, I had her in 8th grade as her PE teacher, and I knew she played softball. I thought she said she was an outfielder and a pitcher. Well, come to find out, she's great. She can play first, she can play short, she can play outfield. She can pretty much do it all. So that was a nice surprise just to be able to put her on shortstop because we need her arm, and she can stretch real good in case we need her on first base too. So she's very versatile. But a couple other kids that surprised me was Maddie Lawson. She converted from playing volleyball over to softball.
Okay.
And her uncle's actually the coach, one of the coaches over at Jeffco. So he works with her, and she's really put in a lot of time and a lot of work. So her work ethic is really there, and she's just gotten really good. She's naturally
that would be Jim Smetzer?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's naturally athletic, and then so having him work with her like during her off season, it's really helped her a lot too.
Yeah, Jim, obviously, he is one of the better hitting instructors around, both for softball and baseball in the area. And I wonder with that name, the last name Quick, I wonder if she's related to Trevor Quick, which we got to see quite a bit this summer, Ray.
We'll have to see.
In the Legion. We'll have to check that out. A great player. And he'll be back next year, I believe, playing for Rock Memorial, switching over for the JC Blazers. Anyway, a little side note there
Yeah.
with that name in the county. So you mentioned your young player freshman Quick. Do you have any other incoming freshmen do you think might make an impact?
I do have another freshman, Skyla. She's going to add depth to our outfield.
Well, that'll be great. Now, as far as Courtney Lowry, does she be a junior or senior this year?
She'll be a junior.
Junior, okay. So still another young player. She kind of got a baptism of fire, I thought, in the circle with the games that I saw last year for her pitching. Talk a little bit about her development in the circle, and you already kind of talked about this a little bit about her being one of your main arms and your shortstop Quick. Do you have any other up-and-coming players who will get time or you'll get a look in the circle?
Just those are our only two pitchers, so they're going to have to do it all.
They're going to ride it out. They're going to ride them all the way. That's all right. Well, and that's the great thing about softball, too. That's all it really takes. If you've got one or two arms, barring injuries, you can ride those two arms a long way, as far as success goes. Your assistant coach this year, Coach Dickerman, of course, who's the head baseball coach now over at Herculaneum, was unable to join us tonight, so we'll have to give him some trouble, Ray, next time we see him.
I'm razzing him next time I see him.
That's right. He joins your staff this year as your assistant. What is it about Coach Dickerman joining the staff? What does he bring to the table in terms of his background and knowledge?
Well, he has a wealth of knowledge. He's really great working with them in the outfield. He pretty much handles all the outfield, and while I take care of the infield, and he's really good at being their batting coach as well. Like he's tried all different kinds of drills, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know some of those drills that, could work both ways. So he's a great asset to the team. He brings a lot of fire too. He's got a lot of pep and.
Since Coach Dickerman's not here, we can't ask him the Ray question. Maybe we should ask Coach Breakage about a question that people may not know about Coach Dickerman. Unusual quirks, anything, funny stories around the office or anything.
And he's not
like
here
that.
to defend himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Love it.
All right, she's going to plead the fifth on that one, and I don't blame her. Okay, coming off last season, and you said it's challenging, young team and all of that. When you're looking at this group this year, do you set down any team goals? Do you get together with the team and discuss a goal? How does that come about?
Well, we've talked about wins and losses. I mean, that obviously is going to be a goal, but we just strive to get better every single day. And we practice with intent. Every single practice, we're there to learn something. We're there to get better. And if Coach Dickerman says this all the time, if you leave and you didn't get any better, then you didn't put in any work. You didn't do what you're supposed to do here today. So every single practice, we practice with an intent, and we're there to learn something. And he's been really good at bringing new drills and skills to the table, so they have to pay attention and they have to really focus and work on what we're doing in practice every single day.
Right. That's so important, is how you practice. It's not just about showing up and about
just going through the motions.
Go through the motions and I'm here, whatever.
Yeah.
Take some ground balls, get in the cage. It's like you said, you've got to have a plan when you're at practice. Well, given said that, and giving that goal of continuous improvement, getting better, how will you measure the overall success of your squad at the end of the season, win or lose, regardless of record? How will you measure this squad?
If they got better and improved, and if they're not just on the field but off the field as well, we want them to have good character and carry their leadership skills on the field as well as off the field.
Now, are most of your athletes, are they multi-sport athletes, or do they specialize in softball?
They're split pretty much.
Pretty much.
A lot of them play basketball, but there's some that just do softball.
Yeah, some of these girls softball 365 days a year, which is pretty cool, actually. Well, that takes us to our question here that Ray always likes to ask, hence the name, the Ray question.
Ray question.
And you'll see that on our list all the time. It just says the Ray question.
All right,
so I will take it over.
I will let you know we prepped her ahead of time here.
That's right.
I still don't know.
Something about Christy Breakage that inquiring minds want to know that we might not know about you, that might be peculiar, or some sort of hobby, some sort of thing that not a lot of folks might not know about. So there you go.
You guys did prep me on this question, and you talked about what somebody did over quarantine. The only thing new and different for me was we have a pond in our subdivision, and I started fishing, even though I know nothing about fishing.
Hey,
nothing wrong with that.
I know. Yeah. I just go and just do it.
So is that one of those things that you can work on with your continuous improvement in the fishing department? Well, I'm sure there will be no shortage of people watching that would be more than willing to lend you a hand. Ray's an expert fisherman himself.
Love to fish.
He can help you out, give you pointers there. And
good.
He would love to catch all the fish in your pond, I'm sure. So
don't tempt me.
I'm not much of a fisherman. I'm more of a sit in the boat and enjoy the boat ride type of guy.
I kind of hang out, but it's like a bonus, and I get excited if I get something. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, what do I do now?
Well, Coach, is there anything else that you want to let the folks out there know before we let you out of here, cut you loose tonight, as far as the team or and what you guys are doing and trying to accomplish this year?
Just that we're really excited to have a full staff this year, and we're really excited to show everyone what new skills and all of our hard work has come to. So I'm excited that we get to be on live stream so you can let everybody see it.
Yeah.
We're excited to have those games on the air, and if you can, come on out over at Herculaneum Park and catch the team this year. I think we're going to see a vast improvement over last year's squad because of several different factors, obviously. But it's always a great time watching these games, and softball at the high school level. You got to love the pace, you love the action, you love the athletes and how they get up and cheer for each other. So come on out and see some great Herculaneum Black Cats softball. Coach, thank you very much for coming in tonight and being a part of the show. And we promise we won't bother you again until next year. But in the meantime, we will see you, and I believe, Ray, that is on the 7th coming up. We will see as Herculaneum hosts DeSoto. That'll be
sounds right.
Next first Herky live stream softball game.
It will be, and you can check our schedule out here on our website here, livestreamstl.tkdssports.com. Go back through the different. We actually will have both schedules posted on the website there, so check that out, and we will We hope that we have a lot of folks watching because I enjoy doing girls softball. Absolutely love it. So
One of my favorites.
Absolutely. So you are watching Main Street Sports. We will be right back.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Zach McVay hiring at St. Clyde's press conference. We're taking you guys' questions. So,
Zach, you're making the move from being a head coach to now an assistant coach. So, any comments or differences to working on your own versus now working for Coach Miller?
Well, there's a lot of differences. I mean, you get to do things the way you want to. You don't necessarily have antiquated up. Next question.
Welcome to Toyota's National Sales Event.
Ooh, RAV4.
It's a great time to save on the 2021s while they last. Ooh, Venza. Toyota's got an exciting lineup to choose from.
Oh, Highlander, could you?
Oh, sure. You have to understand, it's the National Sales Event.
Right now, get up to 2.49% APR and $750 TFS subvention cash on some of our favorite Toyota vehicles, like the 2021 RAV4, Highlander, and Camry.
Hey, that's my line.
Toyota, let's go places.
Tell us we can't, and we'll prove you wrong. Knock us down, and we'll get right back up. Call us risk takers, misfits, bad boys. But we know what we want, and it feels like American muscle, looks like advanced engineering, and smells like fresh, cut grass. Bad boy, mow with an attitude.
Wiley Agencies have locations in Festus and Arnold to serve you. We offer home, vehicle, business, and life insurance, as well as investments and much more. We utilize a custom approach to make sure you, your family, and assets are properly protected. Give us a call today for great rates and savings at 636-764-6294 for the Festus office or 636-333-9903 for the Arnold office. We'll be happy to review your current coverage or just talk sports. You can also email us at SeanWiley@allstate.com.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's presentation. Take advantage of the HD experience here with Livestream STL by going to the TKDS Sports Network app. Download the app and subscribe by going to videos.tkdssports.com. That'll get you access onto our TKDS Sports app, Roku, and Fire Stick. And thanks so much for your support of Livestream STL. And we are back for our second segment here with Coach Dave Dallas of the Grandview Eagles. Mr. Jeff Widener, take it away.
Very, very pleased to be joined by this next gentleman, a gentleman that has joined the ranks several years ago in taking a Grandview Eagle football program from when they were just JV only, and they took a step back for a while, brought it back to a varsity level, and now has brought them up to a level where they're highly competitive in the conference. And, Coach, we really appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
5-4 overall record last year.
Yeah.
Winning season. Mm-hmm. In the historical context for Grandview, I went back as far as I could. Do you know how long it's been since
I think it's 26 years back.
26 years.
Yeah.
That's which, given the situation, the logistics, some of the things that the Eagle program has gone through, this is significant in my opinion. And 1-3 in conference play, but the first winning record for sure in the 21st century.
Right.
And I believe only lost 7 players to graduation around that number.
Yeah, right. We only lost about 5 players to graduation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So still a young team, still an up-and-coming team. Chase Wilson led the team in rushing last year, total yards. Eric O'Brien, one of our Main Street Sport baseball standouts, one of my favorite players, a scrappy kid, led the team in scoring. Clayton Riddle and Eric O'Brien led the team in tackles. And Clayton Riddle and Jacob Brand, they both attempted 7 passes in a very, obviously, a run-heavy offense for you.
Right.
coming off of that winning season, I can only imagine around Grandview and how that's such a community-oriented school. What's the mood been like around campus and in the community? Is everybody really excited about getting these Friday night lights going?
Yeah, I think just getting back to a lot of normal things as well, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I think they're real excited about getting going here, and we got a great group of kids, and they're working hard at it, and good leadership, and we have 11 seniors, 11 seniors in our team, and we're excited about getting things rolling here.
It's so far. How's the overall health of your team heading into Game 1? How's Chase Wilson doing? I know.
With Chase, he had elbow surgery in June, and he's probably not going to be able to play in Game 1 at this point in time. So,
okay.
But I think he'll be ready right after that. So.
Oh, good. That's very encouraging news. I mean, we've seen what he can do on the baseball field and other sports
tremendous
as well.
Athlete, tremendous kid, fierce competitor.
Absolutely, and we love seeing him out there when we do our live stream games. So
I like seeing him out there as well.
I can only imagine. So this year now, with coming off that winning record, they have the players. You've seen a difference in them. Their expectations changing for what they want out of the season. Now that they've sort of learned how to win, they've learned how to have success. And then the second part of that question is, has your expectations for this group changed at all?
Well, yeah, I think they have. I think we've kind of raised the bar a little bit in terms of expectations, and we still haven't. We need to still get that signature win. Take that next step.
Right.
I think we should be very competitive and be able to compete. At the 5 games we won, I think we'll compete at that same level this year. But I think we need to get that signature win. We need to get that big W that we need, and I think that's the big thing. And I think if we do that, that'll be a big stride for us from a confidence standpoint. And not only just for our football program, I think it'll carry over in other sports as well. And I think that that's real important for them overall as student athletes.
Well, exactly. Because that will roll right into basketball season and right into baseball season with this group of, especially with the group of seniors that you have. Not only that, but the whole Grandview community. And that's the thing I really enjoy about Grandview, and I know Ray does too, the fact that in that area where you're at, that really is the center of the community, the school.
It is.
So people really are invested in it. You get fans coming out to the games that don't necessarily have kids in the district anymore or ever. They'll come out and they'll come to games and support the team, and I think that's one of the neat things about Grandview.
Yes.
I think that will definitely have that kind of effect for you. So this senior class, you've had them now for a while. They've had a very
eighth graders,
important impact on this turnaround for you. Talk a little bit about these guys and the impact that they've made on the program.
This is my 39th year coaching, and this has probably been one of the last 4 or 5 years have been one of the most rewarding times in my coaching career. Because it hadn't been about wins and losses. I've had more success on the field and those things, but I think just the development and watching the whole process grow and get better and buy-in and all the things that go along with that, it's been fun to watch. And these guys have been a big part of that because they were 8th graders to kind of start that foundation, and it was a good 8th grade group. I mean, they had some success on the field as 8th graders as well. So they've been able to grow and on back up through the first varsity, the good and the bad and the ugly. And so it's a special group, and they're a very competitive group. Sometimes too competitive with each other internally, but I think it gets in their way at times. But I think they're a very competitive group, and there's some very good athletes in that group as well.
Absolutely, and they're going to be able to leave this legacy now, and hopefully for the classes underneath them.
Exactly.
Something to shoot for. They've raised that bar along with you and your coaching staff, and I think that's got to be inspirational for the other classes.
It is, and I think what we're seeing now is you're seeing those kids on the field coach the other kids up. Clayton making the adjustments on the field and telling guys, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. Over here, make this adjustment, or Eric saying something or Chase saying something, and they're self-correcting the other kids on their own, and that's how we've grown, so that it makes coaching a lot easier, to do that.
Absolutely. Whenever you can get a team to that level when you're a coach or any kind of leadership, whether it's business, whatever, that's a big success regardless of the score or the record for sure. Obviously, Ryan Rubel has kind of come on. We've seen his name quite a bit around. Where do you project Ryan will play in the offense? Is he going to be outside, or are you going to have him running back? Or
he's going to be running back. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, especially with Chase out early, Ryan will be a big part of him and Eric will have to carry the mail a lot at running back, and Cameron Hagan, a sophomore kid. That's David Cree's stepbrother.
Oh, okay.
He's a good little football player and going to be good and special. Nash Moore, one of the Moore kids, he'll play some roles in the running game as well. So those are all kids that's going to be a big part of that role at that running back. So we're fairly deep at that position. John Grimm and Preston Isaacson are senior kids. They didn't play last year, but they're playing this year.
That's great.
So they're out there at that receiver position, and they're smaller guys that give us some speed out there and stuff like that. So we're glad to have them out.
Well, that's good to hear. I was thinking that Rubel would probably play a little larger role for you this year, and now that knowing that Chase will miss that first game, I can understand that. Talk about the skill position. Let's talk about the big guys up front. That's my favorite part.
Those are the guys that make it work.
That's right.
There's no question about
that's
that.
where the game's won and lost.
Yeah. I feel real good about that group, and we have several of those guys back. We have Austin Welch back, who was an honorable mention all-conference kid last year. Brandon Bonner, I think, was a second-team all-conference kid last year. Michael Trost was, I think, a second-team all-conference kid, I think, in defensive line kid. So those are three senior guys right there that will anchor that. Ethan Ololini is a kid that's a sophomore that started the last 4 ball games for us last year as a freshman, and he's a very good offensive lineman. On top of it, we've had 2 move-in kids, one from Sinclair, Austin Blankenship. He's a linebacker and offensive tackle. And we've had a kid named Hayden Hughes. He's transferring over to Springfield area, and he's about a 6'4", 285-pound kid that's really good, going to be a good football player for us as well. So we've added some kids there and added some depth there as well, and along with those guys. And so those are all guys that I think are going to be able to help us. Owen Potter, a freshman kid right now, is really playing well. So that's really neat to see that we have some growth there. So
that's one of those kids that comes as a freshman, kind of raises an eyebrow a little bit.
Exactly.
That's well, Ray. Those are some good names to be to look out for here in the coming season.
Absolutely,
some new names for Grandview that we can focus on a little bit. Given the skill set of this team and the fact that they've run this offense now for quite a while, I'm assuming you're not making a whole lot of changes this year in what you do.
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
I was waiting for that one. Yeah. He's not going to.
You already know a loaded question. You probably talked to Rugley and those guys already.
39 years. You guys, yeah. Well, I know the only thing we do know is Blaine Boss is changing his offense to a running game. That's all we know. Yeah. That's all we.
Let me jump.
We're going to run the ball. I can tell you that.
Let me jump in here real quick and say this, and I'll just make this comment. I was really impressed with the Jamboree with you guys. You guys looked really good.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on how that went for you guys?
For Jamboree, and I have a little bit different belief than a lot of people on Jamboree. I think Jamborees are there to prepare you for the first football game. Right. I really do. I don't think it's be cautious about getting anybody hurt. Hey, we got to work on execution and worry about ourselves and doing that. We played about 21 players in the Jamboree, which we played quite a few kids.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we executed pretty well. We missed some tackles early in the game. Some things that were concerning, but we were in the right spots. The effort was there. So I was pretty pleased overall. I thought we did some things through well. I thought Clayton ran the offense really well, did a good job. I think he threw the ball well when we threw it. I think that gives him he throws a little bit better than Jacob did last year, so I think it gives us a different dimension there with his arm, because I think Clayton, in the right situation, it is very accurate that way. So, I was pleased overall, Ray.
Yeah, great.
We talked about a couple of the freshmen that might have raised eyebrows. Do you have any other freshmen coming in that might play some minutes for you this year?
Not really. I mean, that's primarily we're pretty young in that group, and I don't think anybody. I think just Owen's just been one that's kind of stuck out. I don't know with a lot of those upperclassmen linemen we have. I don't know that he'll get in the mix, but I think he'll get some time and get those guys a blow every once in a while.
Any changes to your coaching staff this season? Additions, subtractions?
We actually, we had added a guy from Coach K he's from Moberly, Missouri. Okay, I always think he's from Mexico, Missouri. So I always get that
kind of close.
Yeah, he's coaching our quarterbacks and he's coaching our quarterbacks and safeties. Coach Nowsley's not back anymore, so Kyle Hartrup's going to take over calling the offense. A young guy we had on our staff last year, a Farmington guy, was down there with Croup down there and did a real good job with Croup, and he's a young guy, really a lot of energy in those things. Drew Burns, who coached our offensive line for the last 4 years, will be back. So he's a young man that played for me at North County, and he's with me there and doing a really good job for us. Real pleased. And then that's about all our changes at this point in time. So.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of the hay is in the barn, as they say.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
What's the challenge been like this week as far as being able to practice with this heat?
We've been inside both days, and that's the tough thing. Some of the things we really need to work on outside. Sure. We're not able to do that. Hopefully, we can get out tomorrow and. I'll probably feel a little bit better and maybe sleep. I sleep like a baby during football season. I wake up every 2 hours and cry, but other than that, I'm not pretty good. It's nerve wracking, but we'll be okay. If we were a year ago or 2 years ago, I'd probably be a little bit more nervous about it than what we are now, and just the fact that I think. We're lining up and doing the right things, and we're not having the coach effort. We're not having the coach, a lot of the different things we need to coach.
I kept thinking because of this week, and obviously it's a challenge, not only for you guys, but for most of the coaches.
Everybody in the state of Missouri right now.
We may see a lot of false starts and a lot of encroachment penalties, Friday night. Guys just kind of my rhythm might be just a little off, not being able to be
and then be on the gym all weekend and all week long. And I just can't stand it. So
I don't blame you at all. We had Coach Halley from St. Pius softball the other day, and they said they were relegated to a hallway, hitting ground balls with tennis balls in a hallway at the school the other day because all of the teams were inside in different levels and trying to do stuff in the hall. I got to ask you this before we get to the Ray question. 39th year doing this?
Yes, 39th.
Okay, coming into this. If you had never coached or taught, what would you have seen yourself? What kind of occupation might you have chosen?
I have no clue. You make me think way back. I don't know. I've done this for too long. I've probably been in maybe sales, marketing, doing something of that nature.
I can see that.
Marketing for Livestream STL.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Right. There's your job. There's your retirement job.
That depends on how much you pay, right?
That's right.
That's right. Well, Ray, I've done fired my questions at the pro here, so and he's knocked them right back. With a tennis volley right back across the net. So I'm going to leave the Ray question to you, my friend.
Here it is.
They're always loaded from him anyway.
They're always loaded here. So something new that's going on over at Coach Dallas's house. Anything new? You take up any underwater basket weaving or anything like that?
It's been a fun spring for us at the Dallas household. My son is the head football coach at Hutch JUCO.
Yeah.
And they played a spring football season.
Mm-hmm.
And they won the national championship.
Great.
So they were junior college national champions.
He's a
first-year head coach, won in his first year, which is awesome. So all the way through June, we were watching football games every weekend. And
nice.
And we'll actually, my wife and I don't know, most people probably don't know this, but after a Friday night game, we load in the car, drive to Kansas City, spend the night, and drive to Hutchinson, Kansas every weekend almost. So
my goodness.
So it's a fun weekend for us, and that's a good thing about having those Mondays off.
Right.
We'll come in and meet Monday afternoon, but we have time to get back and I might get a nap in Monday morning or something.
There you
But, so,
That is a pretty good. That's a good use of that day off that you guys have.
Yeah.
I like that.
Very nice.
Well, Coach, as always, great job. We always appreciate you taking the time to talk with us on live stream, and you're always very good with us media dorks. So we appreciate that,
Okay.
and we look forward to seeing some
Appreciate you
Grandview
guys.
football right after this. We are going to have another little show here where we're going to. We're not going to do our schedule. We're holding off on our football schedule.
No, we're going to go, dude. We're going for it.
We're going for it.
We're going for
Okay.
it. It's going to happen.
And
Well,
we'll
I've got
find
it.
out how many games we're going to be over
absolutely.
Grandview to see the
There we
Eagles.
go.
this year.
I like it.
yeah.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
for
you very
coming
much.
in.
I appreciate it.
Stick around, and you'll get to hear what the schedule's like, and we'll take it back to you, Ray.
You're watching Main Street Sports. We'll be right back.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Zach McVay Hiring in St. Cloud's press conference. We'll be taking you guys' questions, so...
Over here.
Yeah, right
over here. Yeah. Zach, what's that trophy there in front of you?
Oh, this right here. This is what's called the Cranium Cup Trophy. You get this by being a winner. When you go 4 for 4 last week, you get every question right, and you really just leave everybody in the dust, and you just whoop them. No falling forward here.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Kroedinger with Home by SMCI. Whether it's residential or commercial, we have the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, even help dust in your house. They install easily, less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products that we do offer, give us a call at 636-337-4444 or send us an email at service@homebysmci.com.
Tire Bargains, your one-stop destination for all your vehicle's needs. Established in 1985, we offer the best deals on all major tire brands, custom wheels, and lift kits. But we do so much more than just make your vehicle look good. We also help make sure it rides and drives good by offering a full range of repair and inspection services, including alignments. Whether it's custom accessories or repair work, Tire Bargains has you covered. Tire Bargains is located at 2100 Truman Boulevard in Crystal City. Give us a call today at 636-937-0021. Pedal and Pie, bringing wood-fired Neapolitan-style pizza, Italian wines, cold beer and soda, as well as Trek, Diamondback, and Redline bicycles to the Twin City area. Pedal and Pie is a great spot to start and end your rides. Get your bikes tuned up, as well as grab an amazing pie and grab it fast. Their 1,000-degree oven can have your pie ready in just about 90 seconds. Pedal and Pie at 514 Bailey Road in Crystal City. Stop by or give us a call at 636-638-1080. Ride to eat, eat to ride. A pizza shop serving bicycles. Pedal and Pie.
Plastique the Marketplace, the place to find vintage, resale, home decor, and much more. A unique shopping experience. Selections of over 80 vendors and 120 different sale areas, if you have enough time. Plastique the Marketplace is open 7 days a week, located at 1222 North Truman Boulevard in Crystal City, Missouri. Check us out on Facebook or call 636-638-1777.
We're here for Jefferson County.
At Fox, Dunklin, and Northwest, serving students and families.
And every county school for therapy and counseling.
We are here providing mental health for children and adults.
Dental care, doctor visits, wellness exams, and immunizations.
Responding to the demand for COVID vaccines and testing.
Join 1 in 20 residents in the county.
We are here.
We are here.
We are here.
Welcome to the Comtree Family Tree.
Mama's on the Hill, home of the original toasted ravioli. For reservations, gift cards, and banquet and catering inquiries, contact them at 314-776-3100, located at 2132 Edwards in St. Louis, Missouri. Check them out on the web on mamasonthehill.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for exclusive holiday offers. All right, we are back, and it is time to announce. I know, right? We got the Jeff is giving the drum roll here, but we are going to announce the football schedule for Livestream STL and Livestream STL South. So we are going to start with the Livestream STL schedule. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The anticipation is killing you, right?
I am chomping at the bit.
There it is. All right, so here we go. So right here, 2021 broadcast schedule for Livestream STL. Week 1, which is the 27th of August, Herculaneum at Windsor. We'll be right there at Windsor. Actually, that's this Friday. And then next week, DeBurgh at Herculaneum. Get a first look at DeBurgh. And to let everybody know, Herculaneum, St. Pius, DeBurgh are some of our flagship places here. So
right,
just kidding.
They partnered with us this season.
As you can see over here, St. Pius and Grandview on the 10th. The 17th, Jefferson and St. Pius. That'll be a good matchup.
Absolutely.
And the 24th, St. Pius at Herculaneum. Always a fun matchup, too. October 1st, Herculaneum at Grandview. We talked about Coach Dallas there. I'm sure he's happy that he's seeing a couple of games over at Grandview, Pius and Herculaneum.
They beat Herky last year.
They did.
Herky will be looking for a little revenge this year.
They will. The 8th of October, Duchesne at DeBurgh. That's a good rivalry there, so we'll get a taste of that. And then on the 15th, we'll be out at Festus as Farmington comes to town. And then we're leaving the last week as a TBD because what we're going to do this year, we're going to leave that last week and we're going to let the fans vote. And hopefully we'll be able to go to that place, and we'll see how that goes.
The fans will decide where we get to go.
That's right.
The last week of the season.
That's right.
Now, do employees of Livestream STL or their families or affiliates get a vote in this, or?
We'll have if there's a tie, we'll make the last.
Be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we'll be the tiebreaker right there. So of those, I know I did send you the schedule. Your thoughts on a couple of those games there for Livestream STL, the main channel?
We've got some really good matchups as far as competitive. Now, some of the teams that we've had have struggled in the last few years. They might not have winning records, but the matchups that we see here that you've put together are very good. They should make for some very competitive games this season.
Right.
I don't see a lot of blowouts on that list, Ray.
I don't either.
I think that when you look at the I-55 conference this year, with the smaller schools in the conference, you've got a lot of parity this year.
Right.
And it's going to be pretty well wide open. We just had Dave Dallas on the show and talking about his Grandview Eagles. They've earned a seat at the table to compete for the top end of that conference, along with some other mainstays that we've had for a while in Jefferson and St. Pius and that nature. Herky with the new coach coming in.
Right.
All of these things you have to consider. And then some of our games with the large schools, that first week of the season is going to be a really important test for Herky and Windsor right off the bat. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen this season. We had Dan Oliver on for St. Pius. They should be much improved over last year. They had that minefield of a schedule they had to negotiate because of COVID cancellations. And so I look for them to be much improved as well.
Okay. Let's take a look at the Livestream STL South
Livestream
schedule.
STL, the Deuce.
The Deuce. The Deuce. Not the Ocho.
Not the Ocho.
It's not the Ocho. It's the Deuce. So over at Livestream STL South, we don't have a game the first week, and there's a reason why we don't have the game the first week. We're doing some training for some of our Livestream STL South crew, and we could use some help. If anybody out there is interested, give us a call. You can check our number out on Facebook, and we'll have that number up there. But week number 2, Piggott at St. Pius.
Piggott, Arkansas.
Yeah, Piggott, Arkansas.
Piggott, Arkansas.
And that is no joke of a team down there, Piggott, Arkansas. They are a very, very good football team. Week number 2, that's the 10th of September, Herculaneum at Jefferson. The 17th, Father Tolton at DeBerg. That should be interesting.
Will it just be Father Tolton or the whole football team?
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the whole football team.
Just wanted to make sure. Bad joke. Sorry.
The 24th, DeSoto and Windsor. That's always a good matchup there. The 1st of October, Doniphan at St. Pius, and Doniphan they went to Doniphan last year. I heard that was a trip. That's a long way south.
Absolutely.
So, but always a good matchup there. The 8th of October, Herculaneum and Bayless should be a good one. And
Bayless joining the I-55
that's
conference
right.
this year. It's only their, third year having a football program, I
That's
believe.
right. That's right. And thanks to Eric Lawrence, we just got word on that. We got that. That's what we were kind of waiting on, just because we don't want to just assume that we're going to be able to get into some of these places. But there you have it. And then we round out week 10 or week 3, 6, 7, 8, week 8 there, Bayless and St. Pius. And then that last week is our to be determined. We've got something penciled in, but I've got a to be determined. We'll let the audience vote on those.
It's a number 2 pencil with an eraser on the end.
That's
of
right.
It, right. So
that's right.
That the Bayless and St. Pius game will be a homecoming of sorts, not only for Eric Lawrence now at Bayless, longtime coach at St. Pius, but also Jerry Woods, the former longtime football coach at St. Pius, now the head coach of the Bayless Broncos. So that'll be a very intriguing matchup for us media types.
Exactly. And there's the full schedule. Some of it's cut off there because of our setup there. But actually, I'll just throw the whole thing up there. We'll talk a little bit about it here. But again, all of our games are going to be on livestreamstl.tkdssports.com. You'll see that down the bottom. And each week we'll be posting the link for each game. But you'll be able to click on that, and it goes into a page of its own, and then you'll be able to choose between a free player, which is a low-resolution player, but if you'd like the HD experience, you can download that TKDS Sports Network app. That's the little icon down there on the bottom to the left.
Who wouldn't want to look at us in high definition?
In high def. There is a small fee for that, and we're running some really good specials monthly and actually even for the full season here. So get a hold of it early, and you can have the whole entire season, not just football, but softball as well. So jump in the back of there real quick again. Those will be available on the TKDS Sports Network app, Roku, and Fire TV. And we're taking a look at trying to add, hopefully before the end of the school year, Apple TV. So we're excited about that.
Apple TV.
We'll see how that goes. But so yeah. So your thoughts here, sir, on tonight?
I can't wait. When the season rolls around, I always say, well, it's football. It's just another sport that we do. But you can't help but, at least for me, the adrenaline level starts to increase. The intensity level. Maybe that's the old football player in me, but I am so excited and ready to go. I won't be with you guys Friday night. I'll be down at Jefferson R7 doing my thing as they host the Fredericktown Black Cats. But I am ready to go, Ray. I'll probably get there 3 hours early.
I love it. I want to thank Jeff Kettlehut here for allowing us to be out here as well. And if you haven't noticed, we walked in and it was absolutely slamming. There was like hardly any place to set up, so we had to set up real quick because we had 2 or 3 seats, and that was all that was left. But it's kind of filtered out now. The lunch or the dinner rush has already passed us. But thank you so much for watching Main Street Sports tonight, and look for us down the road on the TKDS Sportsnet app. I'll throw it up here, our website here, livestreamstl.tkdssports.com. Also, any of our updates for each week, usually Sunday, Monday, we'll update that on our Facebook page. So look at the very tip top. We have that pinned is what they call that. So we'll have the schedules each week so you can be informed on where we're going to be. Do us a favor, though, like and share and follow us, and that will be helpful, too, as well. So when we go live or we have anything to post, you'll be informed on that. So for Ray Halbrook, for all of us here at Main Street Sports, so long. Have a great evening.